Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Gonna sneeze, gonna sneeze, gonna sneeze. Oh my god, I'm going to sneeze. I'm totally forgetting something. Good morning. Hey, Linda. I mean, yeah, hi, Linda. Hey, Glenda. Hey, Lynette. Happy Sunday. And happy March. I didn't get to say that to you yesterday. Happy March. I cannot believe we're in March. And my voice is going to go in and out because we've had high winds yesterday and we have high winds today. And it's been making it really kind of cold. The temperatures are a little lower. And today's high is like 30 something. Um, and it makes it feel like it's 7. But Kendall, when I was down here working, had all the windows open, and like me and my kids were like sneezing like a freaking musical, like we were almost on beat to a theme song. And he was like, "What is going on?" And it's because all the pollen was flowing around. So I'm getting a kind of raspy jazz voice singer for you guys. And you guys know, allergy season, super fun. But so I made myself an iced coffee. um, but yeah, I don't know. I sing Tulip Heads and I'm like really excited. Like I get excited for every season. I'm kind of a dork like that. I do dread summer because I don't like heat, but I like when summer happens because it reminds me of being a kid and when we had summer school out, there's a lot of hours during the day. Um, People are more out being social, and it's just spring and summer have like this thing where people are just more social with each other and just more out and about. So I always like that. Yeah, it's super cold, Tiffany. Yeah, like so I thought yesterday because it was like 47 or 50, I thought I was gonna be able to wear my little hoodie and the wind hit me. And I was like, oh Jeebus. And it's because of the weather. Like the weather all last week was in like the 50s and like sometimes the low 60s. So like I do this and I should just check my phone if there's wind and I couldn't really hear any. So I go outside and I'm like, no, no, no. I had to go grab my winter coat. So today I'm going to be doing I have one more tester bag. If you follow Aura Rosa's group, she blatantly told you guys that she has 3 bag patterns. I finished 2 yesterday and I want to finish this third one. She said this third one comes together relatively easy, and I think from there I'm going to have a kickback day. As you guys know, Sunday is deep conditioning day. You guys treat your hair, especially because with the weather, how the weather has been, it's harsh on her hair. One minute we have no humidity, the next minute it's dry as a bone, it's cold, then it's hot, and that plays a toll on your locks. I get one of the questions I get emailed to me a lot is how do I have so much hair? First and foremost, genetics. My dad is in his 70s and he has no bald spots. So hooty hoo for me. All right. Two, my mom. My mom has really thick and voluminous hair, and her mom had really thick and a lot of hair. So I got it from my mama. And 3, with a combination of these two, I just have a lot of hair. And then I actually have more hair than any of my siblings. But I also learned out here being in Maryland versus California. And California was all about putting heat and having your hair really straight. I moved to Arizona. It was kind of the same, like having like the blowouts. And then when I moved to Maryland, it was very different. The people out here kind of have more part of the natural hair movement about embracing your roots, embracing your natural curls so that the next generation can be happy with their hair. So when I came out here, I had a lot of heat damage. Like I had my hair was curly only on the top and then it was bone straight when it was wet. So my husband cut it off for me while I was crying because I knew I wanted to show my daughters that they should love their curly hair. So if you see pictures of if you ever see Hope pop in, she has like this badass afro. Everywhere we go, people want to know about Hope's afro. It's like the perfect round afro. And then like my other daughter, she did dye her hair blonde, but I understand you people dyeing their hair colors for different colors because that's just a part of being a young adult. But she has like, twist out braids and she always wears it in different styles. So I'm really big on that. I think that it's important to wear your natural hair and to embrace who you are. And I think that's some of the reasons why I do it. And I also have a lot of old school ways. I sleep with the bonnet. I sleep with a silk pillowcase my silk pillowcase is Bridgerton, by the way. So I have a Wonder Woman one and so on and so forth. So that is what my secret is. It's probably why my skin is also very different because according to my dermatologist, I should have a lot more issues because I like to wash my face with soap bars. I don't see the problem. Okay. I digress. So that's part of it. Good morning, Cynthia. Run your hair on natural and braids too, and I'll steam them. Yeah, steam is super good. If this goes for anyone, here for my straight hair girlies, for my girlies or minis or whatever you want to call yourself. Like I'm down for anything. If you want to call yourself alien, I'm good for it. Like no one can tell me who to call what. I, if I want to call myself a goddess, then that's what I am. Okay. If you have straight hair, wavy hair, or curly hair, steam and conditioning is gonna be your best because it opens up the shafts of your hair and penetrates the molecules of the deep conditioning into it. Our hair is kind of like roofing. Some people's hair shaft is always open where it can accept a lot of product, but with their hair always being open, it also dries out faster because it's always opening and releasing the molecules back. Then you have most other people's where their shafts are always closed, and for some odd reason, conditioner or shampoo doesn't really penetrate it, and they realize they get a lot of split ends and breakage because their hair is never moisturized. Then there's a in between where it's kind of like this. The in between is like the sweet spot because they accept some moisture, and their hair is always moisturized and never really dried. So deep conditioning with a steamer is actually really awesome. Okay, yeah, the Bridgerton pillowcase came from I might say this absolutely wrong. Is it Catch? Catch is owned by I don't know who they're owned by, but they're like my favorite place. Every beauty supply store I go to, they have it. They have pillowcases, they have scrunchies for us. They just came out with this new thing for like when you want to do a deep conditioning or when you want to use oils on your scalp to massage your hair. Like you put it on this cap and it's a metal tip and it's their bottle and you could just rub it on your head versus like droppy droplets on your head. I just seen that yesterday. That's in my cart. But it's a Catch Kitch Catch. Yeah, they have like silk or sateen pillowcases and like hair stuff and they're all about protecting your hair. And when you go on there, you'll see every nationality and every ethnicity underneath the sun, every kind of hair underneath the sun. And I kind of like them because they're universal. It's made for everyone. So, whenever they come out with something new, I'm like, "Ooh." But they kinda remind me because they're made for everything, they sell out of everything quite fast, like, really fast. They also if you my for my straight hair people, they have this really cool thing. If your ponytail, like, goes down like this when you have it, like, on the bottom of your head, they have this thing that you could put into your ponytail, and it'll make it like this. It's a small contraption, but one of my friends have it, and it's a game changer for her. So now her ponytail just like swish, 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 swish. It's a really cool tool. It's like this big and you never see it. It's like they have really cool tools. Yeah, Pammy, yeah. I think straight hair is awesome too. Like, okay, so one day I'm gonna have to do a story time with my dad. My dad is a very interesting character because he's the one that he's the one that made me realize that everyone can have an afro. Well, my dad being Hispanic, dad has straight, bone straight hair, like bone, but he has very thick and voluminous hair. But my dad was a very much of an experimenter. I have my dad when he dyes his hair blonde and he's coming out of the water. I have a picture of him like all rippled. Me and my siblings call it the Jesus picture, but everybody I show the picture to, they're like, "Oh my God, your dad is so hot." It's really weird when people say that because I look like a girl version of him, like straight up. But I have some of my mom's really cool features, like my mom's freckles and just like little things. When I look at my mom, I'm like, dude, we have some really cool dimples. My dad doesn't have dimples. My mom does. Um, So he's blonde and he has like this thick hair coming out of the water and he's like six pack and pecs are and like oh, they're like, oh my god, your dad is hot. Then my dad went through a Jerry curl stage. You heard me. You heard me. I don't remember all these stages because either I wasn't alive or I was little Nova and didn't care. So, um, he also went through after the Jerry curl stage. My dad sported a fro. As long as your hair can hit with rollers, if you have straight hair, you can rock a fro. It's all about having putting texture in your hair and then swirling it out. My dad wore a fro for a very long time, so he's the most interesting person when it comes down to hair because I've never seen a man do as much as they do to hair like him. And like from ponytails to like slick back hair like greased lightning, my dad has done almost everything. And so he's an interesting character. Oh, I have okay, so when I go to the dermatologist, my dermatologist, I swear, if he can kick me out, I use Dove soap bar or sometimes whatever soap bar is around, but we usually have Dove in the house, and that's what I grew up with, and that's what I use, and whatever lotion I use on my hands, I tend to see throw it on my face, but only when needed. And so he's trying to figure out why I don't have breakouts or whatever, but I do have rosacea. And you guys can see it when I have it. If I'm sick or I have a headache, this area through here to here will get bright red. And if I'm not and like if I have a major headache, it triggers it. It's a very interesting thing. I have to keep a journal for when I have it and what is going on with my body other than the rosacea flare up. The flare up only usually happens if I'm like sick, sinusitis, or I'm highly stressed or I have a headache. It's a weird trigger and it's highly noticeable on my face. So I have medicine to treat that, but other than that, he won't I keep asking him too. I was like, "Hey, can you prescribe like a retinol or something to preset my face for like, for when I get crow's feet or something like that." He's like, "You don't need that now." I'm like, "I heard that you can pregame like so that it can help further in the future. You don't need that." He almost he almost had a heart attack when I said, "Yeah, just a dope bar." And he's like, like, so when my daughter went in and she was like, "Oh, I use this face wash, toner, or whatever." He was like, "Does your mom only use a face bar, face thing?" She's like, "Yeah, whenever I run into her and she's washing her face, it's just like a soap bar." And he was like, "No toner, no face lotion." I'm like, "No." I only use lotion like Oil of Olay sensitive if it's super cold outside or windy. Because when it's windy, I'll get like these wind burns and it freaking hurts. And that's when I use it. I do use sunscreen on my face during the summer because I don't burn, I just turn red. That's like a lobster. Yes, good. Get the Catch West website. That website is for everyone. Whatever your hair is straight, curly, wavy, or something in between, you're gonna love that website. First of all, they have the coolest like theme stuff for hair. They have really awesome pillowcases. They have like shampoo bars, like rice bars that you can wash your hair with. They have like things that you can pre-game your hair with. Like if you know you're gonna wash your hair today, you can put this oil treatment in your hair, rub it in, and like walk around the house, walk around wherever you're going to go. And then when you wash your hair, you did a scalp treatment, which can help promote growth and thickness and all that stuff. And it's just good for your scalp care because your scalp can get dry just like your face can. Um, so they have a lot of stuff. That's like one of my golden spots. And I always tell people to get them. And sometimes in Walmart, Target, and a lot of well-known beauty supply stores, there's a small section that sells them. So when you see something, don't hesitate because they are one of these people that sells out of something relatively fast and they don't do this thing where they reorder. I hate when companies do that, but I get it because like financially it makes more sense. But dang, because that's how it is with Tula Pink. Like once that fabric's gone from the world, it doesn't come back unless she like redoes it like 10 years later. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, I have all right. So Honestly, a shower cap really can't fit around my head. So, though I have big hair, I have a humongous head. Anybody that's seen me in person, it's I have a big head. I always say big head, big brain. This is how I roll. Okay, I had to come up with that. But they have like they have these really cool towel things that are like meant for your hair to be drying with, and catch where you could like put them over your hair, roll it, and then put it back. I have to put like a button over the button and tie it, and that's what I have to use. Or I have to put all my hair in a pineapple, or just throw my hair in a towel or something. I do have the big head. So, all right. So on Friday, I know I told you guys I was working with Patreon. We are finishing up the Maggie 55 bag. It came out really good. I actually posted it in Maggie 55's group, and like I got a lot of likes, and I love that because it just feel that group is so interesting to me because everyone that could done has completes a bag has mad skills. Everybody that makes a bag has mad skills, but, like, I feel like when you're going through a Maggie 55 journey, like, you're going to become, I don't know, like a freaking Jedi because there's so many curveballs that come up in it, like, you're just like, "Wait, what?" Um we finished it. There's a lot more wait what's, and it came out really cute. I did post it on Friday or Saturday. I did have people asking me if I use the same stabilizers that was required. I was honest with them that I was able to use most of the stabilizers interfacing that they required, but the only thing I could not use was the Bontex inside the strap. And Bontex is on the way. I found somebody finally in New Jersey that doesn't cost an arm and a leg and ships. It was like $12 a ship. So before I give that information out, I wanted it to get here first because I don't want to be like, go get it. And it's like that craft checks. And I have another thing with that. There's something wrong with me with being too nice. Okay. So all right. So here's the Duchess. It is super cool. It has like this really cute dimple and it opens up. Oh, I guess it opens up and you have a zipper pocket on one side. I have my little name tag. I have like name tags that when I can't want put like a uh Maggie 55 didn't give us where we could put this our tag at. And I feel like if you do that on this bag, it takes away from this bag. I don't know if that makes sense. Like don't like if you put your name right here, it could take away from this slope and this dimple. So her in her pattern, she mentions it. She shows her name tag that's inside, which I kind of like. Um, and this is the bag, and I love. Ooh, sorry, I was like really reluctant because I know Maggie 55. That woman does not play when it comes down to patterns. And I promise you, if you have this pattern, like either print it or put it in your tablet and read it. Once you read it, you'll be like, this is why Shinova was so reluctant. But at the same time, I like to do things that I'm reluctant at. Like I can't explain it. You might hear a lot of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, but I'll still do it because the only way I can grow is by doing things that I'm uncomfortable with. If that makes sense. And and Sue does it. So it's really cool the way this bag comes together with the inset and just how sleek it is. It's a very nice bag. So yeah, I kind of want to make a Star Wars one and see how that sells at AwesomeCon, but I have like a million things to do. I have after this weekend, I have like 4 weekends before AwesomeCon. So you're going to be seeing me on crunch mode, making tons of bags, but there's also in between, I have two strikes I need to do and two testers. So I think Toby Styles' is bag is going to come out tomorrow. So I will be able to show you that. And no, I did not do a video for that one. There's going to be Alexis will have her videos coming out, which you guys should get a lot of videos for that. There's 3 patterns coming out, which I actually like because these 3 different patterns, they look like they belong in the kind of like a set, but they also also just screams spring and summer to me. Like I could just see somebody running in the sand, like having fun and having this in their arms and pulling things out. I don't know. It's just it's very I can visualize this bag being used. They come together really well. So I'm going to be filming those. I'm going to film some of them this week and then following week. So I'm on the grind now. So everything I make, I have to make extraordinarily expensive, feeling expensive looking. I have 2 hitchhikers I wanna make. There's a lot of different backpacks I wanna make. I wanna make some Ravenclaw and some Slytherin backpacks because I made some Gryffindor. And no, I didn't make Hufflepuff. I'm sorry, Hufflepuffs. I have 6 to 7 years of journal logs, and Hufflepuff never like, never buys. They always are like, "Why don't you have anything Hufflepuff?" And then when I show them something Hufflepuff, they're like, "Oh, I'll come back around," and never buy it. But, like, the one I'm Gryffindor. I would think they would buy first. No, no, no. It's always Ravenclaws. They come out try and true every single time. Then Team Slytherin. Slytherin's like, "Oh, you have our house. Okay, cool. Let me get this." And then I'll get the Gryffindor like, I seen this bag twice. It's meant for me. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then the fourth is a generic where it's all houses. Hufflepuff does not come. So before you come at me, you need to talk to your people, okay? And be like, Shanova makes some pretty bad bags. And come on, Hufflepuff. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's very disappointing because I have like 5 or 6 really bad bags that look amazing, and they're Hufflepuff. And I like the colors together. I'm a team fan with the yellow and stuff, and I'm like, "Come on, just buy it. It's gonna be cool." Thank you. So, yeah, the hitchhiker I'm gonna make. I need to edge paint though. I have an idea of which 2 I wanna make. I got there's 2 I wanna make. So, the hitchhiker to me doesn't take long to sew up. It's very easy to sew up after you do it. It's the prep work for me and how I want my straps to look compared to the straps that are in the pattern. My exterior is usually completely different than the pattern. So, I have the exterior, like, the straps and the corners and all that stuff. So I got to get to do that. So I'm hoping that on Friday I can do all the prep work, and then on Saturday I can bang out these two bags. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for. My favorite H paint. That's kind of hard one because I use a lot of different ones. I do love Mojo Sews for her colors, but my favorite base paint comes from Buckle Dyes. It dries white, and don't hear me out. I let everybody likes it dry clear, but the white is cool because as soon as it dries, you can visibly see it's dry, and then it's easier to color in. There's no confusion if like a clear spot's moving over or whatever. Um, so my last name is Akala Mabry. Um, so yeah, I do the whites. I like the white. That is my favorite one. And then there's another one. I'm looking at my countertop called FX White Paint. It is made for cosplaying, and so they use it a lot in when they're making vinyl armor or when they're using vinyl materials. Um, they like knock those out. Sorry, you got okay. So you guys need to know I have no poker face. So, like, I get none. Thank you, lady. Sorry. There's a vinyl, it's called Vinyl FX, and it clears white too. It grips onto whatever like plastic fibers, and I like to do it. I used to think I like things drying clear, but I came to terms that I like things drying white because it's just like you can color it in and you know exactly what you need to color. And I noticed these two paints also are not as drippy. They're a little bit more thicker in consistency. So it works out better. Those are my 2 favorite, and then for my black, I'm not a big fan of Mojo So's black. I like her colors because she has colors that no one else has, and I like the way the thickness of her colors are. But my favorite black actually is from Tandy Leather as well, and I like some brown, like there's a lot of cool browns that match like some of the brown fabrics that I use from where did I buy this from? Rocky Mountain. They have a kind of, because they have this really cool one that I want to play around with, that it's edge paint that gets heat, it gets sealed by heat. You need to have like a special tool. Like I have the tool, it's like a heat thing and it gets sealed by heat. I haven't had the time to play around with that yet. I think I'm going to try to do it in April, and if it works successfully, try to do a video out of it. But yeah, it has heat sealed edge painting. I'm like, this could be a game changer. So, good morning. So that, yeah, that's my favorite one. It's complicated. I like edge painting from all over the place, but again, my favorite color one is Mojo So's. Um, I like Ghirardini sometimes because they're the ones that have like the bronze, the silver, the gold, like of our hardware. And if you really want to mix up your bag and shock people, if you're going to be using like, let's say, a lot of hardware like you do on um, the Hitchhiker, and it's going to be like gold to edge paint stuff with gold trim, will pop it off even more and show that your hardware is part of the feature of the bag. That is chef's kiss. It could be because it throws people off because normally you see edge painted the same color as the leather, but it's kind of like stitching. If you do contrast stitching, everyone's like, "Whoa, your stitching is amazing." Same with edge painting. So I think that's cool. So I always look for different ones. I don't. There's not even really ones I don't dislike. I just, now it's personal preference. I like ones that dry white versus clear. So that is all I have, my friends. I'm going to finish this coffee, probably run to the store and get a bowl of fruit or a yogurt, and then proceed on with my next tester bag, so that way I can be done with that testing period and then start cutting and prepping for videos for this week. So they'll be ready. So I hope everyone has a really awesome day, and I will talk to you all later. Okay? Bye.